Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brock.
Okay, we are moving on to ratios now. Has anyone heard of the word ratios?
I don't know what it means.
Okay, so you've just heard about it. Okay. Have you guys seen this sign? Do you know what a ratio looks like when something's written as a ratio?
I'm pretty sure it's like a number and then a column and then another number.
Yeah, so a number and then 2 dots in that number. Okay, what do we use? I would put the screens down now. Thank you. Yes?
Isn't it like I think sometimes for like betting we would do like 3-to-1 odds?
Oh yes, we use ratios and odds. Yes, we sometimes write them as 3-to-1. Yes. So what else can we use it for? It's actually written on the board if you want to cheat. What are ratios used for?
Oh.
Yep.
Oh no.
Take a guess. You don't have to evenly split something. You can split in a given ratio. But what do ratios do?
A ratio is a comparison of two or more.
Exactly. It's used to compare. Are you okay?
Okay.
Yeah, as on the board. So a ratio can be used to compare quantities, or yes, you're right, we can use ratios to split quantities in, given amounts. So today we're going to be talking about comparison, so comparing things. So let's say I'm twice as old as you are. I wish I was. So let's just say I am. So how old would you guys be, like 12? 12 or 13? So that makes me 24 or 26. Great, I like that question. I'd put my pen down now. Yes, and I'd listen. Well done. Alright, so now I'm just going to write it here. So let's say if you are 12 years old and I am 24, right? Can I say that I'm twice as old as you? Yes? So I can write the ratio as 1:2. That if you are 1 year old, I am 2. So, but that's not the case. Ratio doesn't tell us the exact amount. So if I give you 1:2, that's the ratio of our ages. Does that tell you how old I am? No. So remember, ratios don't tell us the amount, they tell us the ratio, the comparison between 2 or more quantities. Now let's say we had another teacher who's a lot more older and they are 3 times as old as you. So what would be the ratio of our ages? 1:2:3. Does that make sense? But does that tell you how old that teacher is? No. So unless you know, but if you know that you are 12 years old, then you can figure out how old I am. How old I am? How old am I? You guys are the best. How old am I?
24.
How old am I? 24 it is. Okay? So how old will be the third teacher? 36. So if you know one of those quantities, can you figure out the rest? Yes. So ratios help us compare quantities. I would put my pen down. Thank you. How old am I again? 24. You guys are the best. Alright, now 24 it is. Now the numbers must be in the same units. I can't, let's say there was a child I was comparing my age to. I can't say, okay, a child is 6 months old and I am 24 years old. I can't say the ratio is 6:24. Or then, isn't it 4 times? Is that correct? No. Because were they in the same units? No. So you can't put them in a ratio if they are not in the same unit. Does that make sense? Because you can only compare things that are in the same unit. Question.
Couldn't you convert it?
Yes, of course, we will. And that's what we'll do in these questions. So you must convert them into same units before comparing them. Make sense? Yes? I will sit properly and I'll smile. Good. Alright, eyes on the board. So the numbers that you're comparing must be in the same ratio. You can compare more than 2 quantities, like we compared the ages of you guys, myself and an older teacher. And a ratio must be written in the order given in the question. So if I say what is the ratio of your age to mine, what did I mention first, you or myself? You, right? So I would write the ratio of your age to mine is 1:2. If I say what's the ratio of my age to you, if I've mentioned myself before, then the ratio would be 2:1. So order is important. It must be written in the order given in the question. Okay? Any questions so far? Well done. Now, write as a ratio the number of shaded parts, so that's written first, to that means you have to write the dot dot sign, so is to, that's what we call them, to the total number of parts. So what comes before? The number of shaded parts. So we can all count? Yes. How many parts are shaded? 1. Again, we're going to assume that they're all equal, but I'm not going to waste 10 minutes of my class time trying to draw a pretty circle and then cut it evenly. So you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Are these 4 equal parts? Yes. Are they?
Yes.
Great. How many parts are shaded? 1. Is 2. What's the next thing? Total number of parts. How many total parts? 4. So the ratio is 1:4 or 1:4. Are we happy with that?
Yeah.
Now, the second question. The total number of shaded parts. So how many, again, are they all equal? Yes. Let's just assume their parts are equal because I don't have time to draw a perfect circle. I'd rather teach maths and I would face the board. Thank you. How many parts are shaded? Because that's what's written first. 2? Yeah, I think so. And to the number of non-shaded parts. It's not asking you for the total number of parts. It says non-shaded parts. So how many parts are not shaded? 6. So the ratio is 2:6. However, we need to simplify this ratio. Do 2 and 6 have a common factor?
Yes. 1 and 3.
Exactly. Can 2 be divided by itself?
Yes.
Can 6 be divided by itself?
Yes.
By 2?
Yes.
So just like a fraction, you can divide or multiply a ratio with both numbers by the same. Okay? I didn't want to introduce this to you today, but I think you guys are smart. Yeah?
Okay.
You are. Alright, so basically you need to simplify a ratio. So I've divided both 2 and 6 by 2. Just like we simplify a fraction. Make sense?
Yeah.
Alright, next one. Write as a ratio in the given order. So can I change the order? No. Can I? No. Are we sure?
Yes.
Well done. Now, 13 centimeter to 50 centimeters. So I'm going to write 13 first and 50 later. However, before I do it, I'll check if the units are the same. 13? 50? Is it okay? Same units?
Yes.
So what do you write? 13 to 50. Now, do I write centimeter here?
No.
No, a ratio does not have a unit. Can you tell me why? Why doesn't a ratio have a unit?
Is it because they're comparing the same 2 units?
Exactly, because we're comparing the same 2 units. So if I'm comparing your age to mine, it doesn't matter what unit it is because I'm going to be twice as old as you. So the ratio is not going to change. Right? I can be writing that in, days I've been born, or months, or weeks. It will be, I'm twice as old as you. So it doesn't matter in which units you convert, it should simplify to 1:2. Does that make sense? Yes. So a ratio does not need units, but before you convert something to a ratio, it must be in the same units. Clear?
Yep.
Yes.
Now, 25 liters to 17 liters. What is this the unit for? Liters. Lucky. Yeah.
Liters.
Is used to measure what?
Or liquid.
Yep, liquid. So measure liquid, measure what of liquids?
The amount.
Amount, volume, or amount, right? So, is it the same unit? Yes. So can I write them as a ratio?
Yes.
Can I swap the order?
No.
No, it's a sin. Do I need to write liters? No. Can this be simplified? No. Now, write as a ratio 10 days to 7 weeks. Ooh. Same units? No. But as you said, we can convert them to same units. So which one do you want to work with, days or weeks?
Days.
Exactly. Isn't it really awkward to convert this into weeks? Because 10 days is not a full week, is it? It's not a whole number of weeks, is it? Do we like fractions? No. So I'll convert the number of weeks into days. Now, 7 weeks equals 49 days?
Yep.
Yes? So I'll write 10 to 49. Do I need units now? No. It's 10 is to 49. Can these be simplified? No. Next one, 23 minutes to 4 hours. Is it easy to convert 23 minutes into hours? No, it's not a whole number. Can I convert? We don't talk when I'm talking. We just don't. 4 hours. Can we convert it into minutes?
Yes.
1 hour is
60 minutes.
60 minutes. So 4 hours.
340 minutes. 23, 240.
Now,
That's a lot of minutes.
so 23 is to 240. Can it be simplified? No, 23 is a prime number, isn't it?
Yep.
I think it is.
Yeah.
You all agree?
Yeah.
Alright, must be then. So it can't be simplified. Do we understand ratios, basics? Yes, they used to compare quantities. Can we only compare two quantities or more than two? More than two. Do we have to write a unit when we've written it as a ratio? No. Do we have to write ratios, when we write ratios, do the quantities have to be in the same unit? Yes. And the most important question, how old am I?
29, 78.
You've just lost 2 marks on your test. Alright, get on with your work.